Okay, the mission of the Moran Fire Department is to save lives, protect property, and enhance the quality of life for those we serve. To me, that means we need to be responsible as firefighters. We need to do our job properly. We need to be responsible with how we fight fire, and we need to put the citizens of Bryan first. That is why, as you can see here at the top of our organizational chart, is the citizens of Bryan. They're above city council, they're above the city manager, they're above everybody else, because we're here to support, to serve, to help them. Now moving on to the inner workings of Bryan Fire Department, I'll be describing each position per policy based on our department's organizational structure. At the top, we have the fire chief. He is responsible for all department activities, and he reports to the city manager. Simple as that. He is responsible for everything. Deputy chief, listed here. He is responsible for all activities within the department. He works directly with the fire chief on budget, future planning, and works with other assistant chiefs regarding equipment, vehicles, facility, discipline, and other needs as they arise. The acting fire chief, he can act as the fire chief as needed, and he also reports to the fire chief. He's the next in line, and he's just below him. Other than the deputy fire chief, which is an assistant chief's position, we have the assistant EMS chief, who is responsible for EMS administration for the department, including medical control activities. He works with EMS lieutenants in maintenance of supplies and equipment. He's in charge of HIPAA privacy. Works with the other chief officers to coordinate EMS activities with operations, support services, and other projects. He is the custodian of records and also reports to the fire chief. Over here we have the assistant chief of operations. He's responsible for the coordination of daily activities for the department. He works with other chiefs in scheduling department programs and activities, and he supervises personnel assigned to the operations division. And he reports to the fire chief. Who else do we have? We have the fire marshal over here, who is listed in rank with the other assistant chiefs. He is the head fire marshal. He is responsible for fire code enforcement, fire prevention activities, inspection programs, fire investigations, public education programs, works with other chief officers for fire prevention, works with outside agencies in prevention and investigation activities. He supervises personnel assigned to fire prevention division. He reports directly to the fire chief. Assistant chief training over here. Is responsible for coordinating all training activities and other support services for the department, develops training materials, assigns instructors, and schedules training classes, maintains training records, works with other chief officers to coordinate scheduling of training classes and other projects, and reports directly to the fire chief. So for this class example, Fire Officer 1, the assistant chief of training would have been notified of my interest and approved my attendance in the class. So a step lower, beneath the deputy fire chief, he has an administrative clerk and a quartermaster. Quartermaster keeps track of supplies, delivering them to the stations as needed. The administrative clerk works with the deputy chief on more of a secretarial level. Over here under the assistant EMS chief, we have our community paramedic, which is a new program we've rolled out. This is more of a line personnel, but he works under the assistant EMS chief. Over here for the battalion chief, they have a lot of responsibilities. They're responsible for all activities of his or her shift and administrative assignments. We have one for A, B, and C shift. They're responsible for records, shift staffing, vacations and holidays, sick leave, run reports, entering information on the computer for scheduling as needed. They coordinate supplies, maintenance, and training. They work with fire prevention and public education activities. And he reports to the assistant chief of operations. So they essentially work with everybody to do everything. Lieutenants. This is a line personnel supervisor. There's one at every station on every shift, except for Central. They have 2 lieutenants, and Station 2 they also have an EMS lieutenant. They're responsible for all activities of his or her company or companies and work assigned. Responsible for daily operations, including and not limited to daily equipment checks, SCBA check sheets, narcotics, daily maintenance logs, etc. They're responsible for the EMS run reports, entering information on the computer for scheduling calendars as needed. They coordinate shift and company training. They conduct company training as needed. And they work with the Fire Prevention Division in inspections, investigations, and public education activities like going to schools and talking to kids about fire prevention, things like that. And the lieutenants report directly to the battalion chiefs. Thank you.